Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I just put out a video on tonight's Thursday night football game. The New York Jets are traveling to the Buffalo Bills, two New York teams. It's going to be the 111th time, all time, that the Jets and Bills have played each other in the regular season. That is significant because the name New York in simple English gematria sums to 111. September 11th, the fateful day for New York, is the day that leaves 111 days left in the year. So tonight, primetime football, Jets-Bills, 111th regular season game, all time. I just put out a preview video on it if you want to watch it. I talk about the history of New York and football rigging by the numbers. New York in Pythagorean gematria also sums to 39. The date New York was established, July 26, 1788, a date with numerology of 39. The Giants, they have a new rookie head coach, Ben McAdoo, who just turned 39 on July 9th, a date that can be written 9/7. This is the 97th season of the NFL this year. And look at what they do for the rookie head coach's game, Ben McAdoo. They win with a game summing to 39 points. This is because the NFL is scripted to the point, to the stat line, to the hash mark. Helmet catch for the New York Giants. Go back and watch that highlight. Eli Manning throws the ball from the 39-yard line. The ball snapped from the 44. Helmet catch in gematria sums to 44. You have no idea how scripted and rigged the NFL is, but Eli Manning does, and his face has always told the story. That's why after the helmet catch play, that's why after his brother won the Super Bowl last year at age 39, that's why Eli Manning's face always shows disgust when he should be happy. It's because he was born into this, the son of a former NFL QB. We'll be, in this video, also talking about his Week 2 matchup against the Saints where his father played. Remember the team that won their first Super Bowl against Peyton Manning, the son of Archie? The NFL is so rigged, it's so in your face, and when you know what the numbers mean, it becomes undeniable. So with that said, we're going to talk about the Week 1 win, the parallels between Dak Bryant's first game as the Cowboys quarterback and Tony Romo's first game as the Cowboys quarterback, which was also against the Giants on a date with 39 numerology. And then we're going to preview the Week 2 game, and we'll also look at the Giants' Week 3 game against the Redskins and why I'm expecting the Giants to start the season 3-0 before playing Minnesota. So, in the game, what stood out to me about Dak Prescott's stats is he had 227 passing yards. In Tony Romo's first game as the Cowboys quarterback against the Giants, he also had 227 passing yards, and that's not an arbitrary number. That is the number connected to pi that you learned about in geometry class, having to do with cycles and circles, like what a sports season is annually. You know, new quarterback, next man up, cycles and circles. If you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, and we'll talk more about it. I pointed out before this game was even played on my blog, let's see. I wrote this September 11th before the game was played. I said Eli right now has 44 touchdowns against the Cowboys, the most by any opposing quarterback. If he throws 3 more, he'll have 47. And 47, this year is the year of Super Bowl 51. It is the 47th Super Bowl of the modern era, Super Bowl 51. The name McAdoo equals 51, hired on a date with 51 numerology. McAdoo has birth numerology of 112. Houston equals 112. Anyhow, as predicted, Eli Manning finished with 3 touchdowns, bringing him to 47. You got to like his 7.4 yard average as well. Kind of like 74. New York City on the 74th meridian. Special number to the Freemasons who run the NFL. So the next game between the Giants and Cowboys this year is on December 11th, 2016, on a date with 39 numerology. That game will be in New York. Well, it'll be in New Jersey, but New York Stadium's in New Jersey. So still a home game for New York on a date with 39 numerology after losing, for the Cowboys, losing the first game against the Giants with a game summing to 39 points. When we get to Tony Romo, you'll see that his game came on a date with 39 numerology as well, not by coincidence. It's because the NFL is scripted. Again, to the point, to the stat, to the hash mark. Total script. If the Giants do end up in NRG Stadium in Houston at the end of the season, remember that NRG equals 39. Construction began March 9th. It's Super Bowl LI. L is the 12th letter. In numerology, 12 becomes 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. I is the 9th letter. Super Bowl LI for Super Bowl 50. LI is 39. I expect somebody from New York to be in that Super Bowl. If I got it backwards, maybe it'll be one of the teams from the AFC. But New York, a lot of 39 tributes in the opening week of the NFL season, the year of Super Bowl LI or 39. And 39, the big New York number. Arizona, the only other state that sums to 39. I don't think this is going to be their year. They missed the 47-yard field goal by the numbers against the Patriots in a game where I said the Patriots would win by the numbers. I would never bet against the Patriots on 9/11. Anyhow, here's the date of Tony Romo's first game against the Cowboys, October 23rd, 2006, date with 39 numerology. Tony Romo in that game, 227 passing yards. And let's not overlook that Bledsoe had 111, 111 against New York. New York, 111 the big way, 39 the small way. Last week, Tyrod Taylor for the Bills had 111 passing yards. The games are this scripted. All of you coming here and saying this is impossible, you need to learn what impossible means. Impossible means can't be done. This happens every week in the NFL, which means it's not impossible. It means it's the way the league is scripted, as I've been exposing for 3 years now. The pill's becoming less hard for people to swallow because more and more people are waking up. There's always comfort in numbers, and also the 3 years I've been doing this, my work becomes more undeniable with each passing day. So anyway, this post right here, I'll link in the description. I reviewed every single game from week 1 by the numbers. I'll do some more videos on some of the other scripted games like the Eagles game and Carson Wentz, which ended with 39 points. Carson Wentz is from North Dakota, the 39th state. Philadelphia is on the 39th parallel. Philadelphia and New York, cities with parallels to each other in history. Philadelphia, the original capital. New York, the temporary capital after Philadelphia before it went to Washington, D.C. So anyhow, let's now jump into the Giants and Saints game coming this week. Eli Manning playing the team that his father, Archie Manning, played for. We'll talk about Archie Manning in this video. Big parallel. I expect the Giants to win, but sometimes I read the script wrong. If the Saints do win, this is what the Saints have going for them. The date of the game, September 18th, 2016, is a date with 63 numerology. When you count every number up to 63, it sums to 2016. The word saint, the singular, also equals 63. Can the New Orleans Saints upset the Giants at home? I don't think it's going to happen. We'll talk about this over-under, the negative 4.5 in favor of the Giants. New Orleans equals 45. But that over-under at 53, this is the number for Eli Manning, and I'm going to show you what happened in week 1 for the Saints that was a huge tribute to Eli Manning in the scripted NFL. So get this. First, let's start here. The NFL season began this year on September 8th. Remember, Trevor Siemian for the Broncos won on that day. The name Trevor equals 98. Trevor Siemian, his full name in Pythagorean gematria sums to 89. The date September 8th can be written 9/8 or 8/9. I said the Broncos were going to win that game by the numbers. They did. Anyhow, the fact that the season began on September 8th, I think might be a very big tribute to Eli Manning, who plays for the New York Giants. Last year, his big brother won the Super Bowl at age 39. The last time Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl, Eli won the next year. And the NFL, it's rigged enough, it's in your face enough to do the same pattern again. We'll see if it happens, but check this out. Eli Manning equals 98. To win his first game of the season, he earned his 98th win of his career. His 98th regular season win is what he just got over the Cowboys in week 1 to start the season that began on 9/8. And oh, by the way, he came in with 97 regular season wins in the 97th season of the NFL. Bob McAdoo on July 9th, again 9/7, a lot like 97. It is amazing when you come to understand this language just to see how scripted all of this really is. Again, last week on Thursday Night Football, they kept flashing to the banner from 97 for the Broncos. because it's the 97th season of the NFL. So anyhow, in week 1, the New Orleans Saints, they had a big highlight from their game, a 98-yard touchdown. And I was laughing because I said, look, that's a perfectly scripted play. It's a tribute to Eli Manning, coming from the Saints quarterback, which once used to be Archie Manning. Look at this. New Orleans in gematria sums to 45, just like Drew Brees. They're a 4.5-point underdog the way the line is right now. The man who caught the touchdown was Brandon Cooks. He spells Brandon a weird way. Brandon Cooks equals 53, just like Eli Manning. Think about how the NFL has a 53-man roster. 2 years ago, I kept documenting how the New York had all these 53 connections, and I overlooked the whole time that Eli Manning's name equals 53. And 2 years ago, if you were with me, I was saying, each day I learn more. As I piece more of this together, it'll become more clear, but it's so obvious that something very real by the numbers is here. So here we are years later, and now I can really spell it out for you. And the thing is, there's still more to know, there's still more to uncover, but I'm showing you as much as I can see right now. So anyhow, this 98-yard touchdown from Brees to Brandon Cooks the week before they play Eli Manning, it's all part of the big joke that the NFL is. New Orleans was up big after that play. They ended up falling apart, losing the game to Oakland 35-34. The name Drew Brees the big way sums to 99. What's interesting about that is that this game's on September 18th, 9/18. 18 has a numerology of 9. So 9/18 is 9/1 plus 8 equals 9. 9/9, a lot like Drew Brees. You might pair that in with the Saint thing we talked about on the date numerology, but really, I think Drew Brees is playing a big tribute in this game to Archie Manning, which we'll get to. Just want to point out this gematria of 13 in Drew Brees, a perfect sync. 13, special number to the gang of Freemasons who run the NFL, who invented football as we know it. Should also document that New York Giants and New Orleans Saints both have matching gematria of 64. Just a little parallel between the two teams. This will be Drew Brees' 16th season in the year 2016. So regarding this being 2016, Drew Brees' 16th season, the New York Giants have a chance to earn their 16th win all-time against the New Orleans Saints. They're currently 15-13 against the Saints, a chance to win number 16 in their home opener for the 2016 season. This is going to be the 29th game ever between the Giants and the Saints. 29 is a number with 11 numerology. 2 plus 9 is 11. New York's the 11th state. Football's a game of 11 on 11. This is also the Giants' 92nd season ever. The reflection of 29, 9 plus 2, 11. And this game coming against the team that was the father of Eli Manning. Remember how Archie Manning was involved in getting Eli to the Giants? He was drafted by San Diego. Archie said his son wouldn't play for San Diego. Had him sent to New York. By the way, San Diego equals 74. New York's on the 74th meridian. Probably not a coincidence. So anyhow, these are the reasons I suspect that the Giants will win. And we're getting to more. There's still more to come. The last time the Giants and Saints played was November 1st, 2015, last year. Notice that the Giants lost 49-52. And the year before that, the Giants won in New York. The last time they played in New York, the Giants won 52-27. If Eli wins this coming Sunday, it'll be his 52nd home win ever as a Giant. 52, the number of prophecy, a big number to start off the NFL season. If you missed my preview videos last week, you missed out because I called the games to the point before they were even played. And I talked an awful lot about 52. Eli Manning looking for his 52nd win against the Saints. And if they win with 52 points, it's just going to be too much. It's going to be way too much. I don't think that's going to happen. That would even wake up the most sleepy NFL fan. 3 games in a row where the winner has 52 points. Then again, they might do it. They love to put it in your face. The last time that the Giants won in New York was a date with 53 numerology. That's the over-under on this game. Remember, Eli Manning equals 53, 53-man roster in the NFL. Eli Manning to start this season, we talked about how he got his 98th win. He also got his 106th win all time if you include his playoff and championship wins. Prophecy, the big way, is 106, the small way, 52. His birth name, Alicia Nelson Manning, gematria of 106. He got his 106th career win to start the NFL season. And I could be wrong, but I've been saying since February that I expect the Giants to be in the Super Bowl. If there's a team that's going to upset them, it's going to be the Vikings, I think. And I've been saying since February that I expect the NFC Championship to be Giants and Vikings. That prediction has not changed. I do think there's a chance the Vikings upset the Giants, though. I'll talk about that in the video I put out on the Vikings Week 1 win. Here's their all-time wins right here, including the regular season and playoffs. Eli Manning got his 106th win to start this special season for them, his 13th season. Again, we're in the season of Super Bowl 51. Ben McAdoo. McAdoo equals 51. Hired January 14th, 2016, a date with 51 numerology. The greatest game ever played in gematria sums to 114. That was the game between the Giants and Colts, 1958, 58 years ago. Freemasonry equals 58. Here's the age of the coach, 39 years old. It's all a joke. New York 39, Empire 39, NY 39, the date of establishment for New York 39, the United Nations 39 floors tall there. Every single New York Super Bowl comes back to 39 points that's been won by New York. New York defeated the Broncos 39-20. They defeated the Bills 20-19, a sum of 39. They defeated New England in Arizona, the only state besides New York that sums to 39, and they also defeated New England in Lucas Oil Stadium where Peyton Manning played, on a date with 39 numerology. The Giants are 4-1 in Super Bowls, 41. The word Super Bowl equals 41. The only team that they've lost to is Baltimore. Baltimore equals 41. That game was 34-7, a sum of 41 points. Ravens equals 34, the amount of points the Ravens won with. Every NFL game scripted to the point, to the stat line, to the hash mark. And it's so easy to do. Look at all the timeouts, all the time between plays. Oh, what, you need 6 more yards? Okay, let's call the 6-yard out. Boom, we're there. We're at the stat line. For those of you who think this is so impossible, use your minds. Use your minds. So right here, what we're looking at are Sean Payton's stats. Ben McAdoo, only 1 game as a head coach. Sean Payton, he's coming into his 88th game. If you notice the name Alicia Nelson Manning, the small way, summed to 88, also 106. He's going up against Eli Manning in his 88th game. I guarantee you that suspension for Sean Payton was all part of the big rigged NFL. They needed his numbers probably to be synced up for this game. This might be the most important game of Sean Payton's career in the scripting of things to come. I guess he did win Super Bowl 44. For a Saints fan, that's probably more important. And I'll never get over that. The Saints winning against Peyton Manning. Just think about how stupid it is, you guys. Eli Manning. Peyton Manning, the son of Archie Manning, who played for the Saints, who never won anything. Their nickname was the Aints. And then they get their first Super Bowl against Archie's son. You have to be so fucking retarded to not see how rigged this all is. And I'm sorry if I'm hurting your feelings. If you feel like you're a fucking retard, do something about it. You don't have to be a fucking retard. The powers that be who give you these fake rigged sports games, that's what they want out of you. Be something greater than that. So check this out. Sean Payton in gematria sums to 130. So does the name Archie Manning, his full name. And Eli Manning is sitting at 100, or not Eli, Drew Brees is sitting at 130 career wins right now. 130 wins coming into this game. I don't think he's going to get his 131st. 131's that special number in the NFL. Super Bowl equals 131. Championship equals 131. If you write out 57 as a word, it sums to 131. Last year, all year, ESPN kept up the story about 57 kids from Indiana named after Peyton Manning. All part of the big rigging by the numbers. With regards to the name Sean Payton, Sean the small waist 39, that New York number. The Giants getting their home opener against Sean Payton. Payton equals 91. If you count every number up to 13, it sums to 91. Eli's in his 13th season. On April 9th of this year, number 91, Will Smith, died, former Saint. Remember that? From his death to this game is 163 days. We'll talk about why that's interesting. But Will Smith, again, wore the number 91. New Orleans Saints in gematria sums to 91. One of my students who follows my work, his name is RFG Chosen One. He pretends like he's a hater of mine, but if you go back and watch how he predicted Super Bowl 50, which he did the same prediction as me, in the opening of his video, he talked about how he was studying gematria. Where do you think he was studying that at? Not to mention he made the exact same prediction and based it on a race war just like I did. If you missed my prediction on the Super Bowl last year, I called everything about the Super Bowl before it happened. Months before it happened. I said it would be Broncos versus Panthers. I said Von Miller would be the MVP. I said there'd be a Black Panther tribute. All of those things happened. All because I was reading the numbers. But anyway, RFG Chosen One, who pretends like he's a hater of mine and who steals my knowledge, he thinks the Saints are going to the NFC Championship, and he thinks I have it backwards with the Giants and Saints. I'll tell you what, if the Saints win this game, maybe I'll think my student does have it right. So I'll be paying attention to that. Anyhow, from the day that Will Smith died to the date of this game is 163 days. That's the 38th prime number. I pointed out how Will Smith's death was connected to last year's Super Bowl at the time of his death. I did multiple videos on his death. Will Smith equals 44. He won Super Bowl 44 with the Saints. First Super Bowl team to visit Barack Obama, the 44th president. 38 is the number connected to Colorado, who won the Super Bowl last year. Colorado is the 38th state. Colorado equals 38. They won the Super Bowl on the 38th day of the year, February 7th. Golden anniversary it was of the Super Bowl. Gold equals 38, hosted by the 49ers, named after the Gold Rush. All of this stuff is truly synced up. Sometimes I read the outcomes of what's to come correctly, but I guarantee you this is no coincidence with, Peyton winning at 39 and now the Saints in New York, the 39 location, 163 days after his death, the 38th prime number. Death equals 38. These are all tributes in the numbers. So now here's Archie Manning. Last year, Archie Manning was 66 when Peyton won the Super Bowl. The first Super Bowl season was at the end of 66. NFL and Jewish gematria equals 66. There was an article about how Archie was the perfect age to see his son win the Super Bowl. May 19th is also the 139th day of the year. Freemasonry and gematria sums to 58, 67, and 139. He's currently 67, born on the 139th day of the year. Show you what else. The day he was born, a date with 92 numerology. His son and the Giants in their 92nd season. Is Eli going to win another Super Bowl right after Peyton? Also born on a date with 47 numerology. Foundation equals 47. The Freemasons have something called Euclid's 47th problem, which is about how to build a foundation. First Super Bowl in the 47th year of the league. Super Bowl 47, again, the one with the 33-minute blackout, where the Ravens defeated the 49ers. John defeated Jim. The name Harbaugh, by the way, equals 39. John equals 47. John won Super Bowl 47. See how this goes? Also born on a date with 38 numerology. We just talked about 38 in regards to the death of the Saint, Will Smith. Remember the night Will Smith died? The actor Will Smith was getting the Lifetime Achievement Award from the MTV Movie Awards. He'd just been in the football movie, Concussion. Also another football movie, Focus, set in New Orleans. The movie awards theme that night was gold and black, like the Saints' colors. Will Smith gets killed. I don't think Will Smith really died, by the way, Truth Seeker. I think he faked his death. I think the articles written said what his future was. He said he always wanted to work for the FBI. I bet you anything Will Smith is working for the FBI right now, probably under a new identity. The FBI is not here to protect us. They're here to deceive us, and they've always worked by the numbers. See my videos on the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover. Everything in this nation is being run by the Freemasons by the numbers. This is their code. You want to know the code? Here you are. Red pill, blue pill time. So the full name of Archie Manning is Elisha Archibald Manning III. The number 211 is the 47th prime. Has a life lesson number of 47, has a name connection to 47, and also 130. 130 is a lot like the number 13. Just take the 0 off the end. His son's in his 13th season. And again, Drew Brees, currently at 130 career wins. Sean Payton, 130. I'm pretty sure that they are there to lose to Eli. This subtle tribute to the father, the once quarterback, Archie Manning of the Saints. From his birthday to the game is a span of 123 days. Archie Manning's 67th birthday to the game, 123 days, just like conspiracy. This really is a conspiracy in numbers. The reason the American sheeple have been taught to hate the word conspiracy is because pretty much everything in this nation runs on conspiracy. Conspiracy is a plot to deceive people. It's pretty much all that goes on in this country. Lies in the news, lies, rigged sports games. It's hard to find anything that comes through the TV that's not conspiracy. That's why they have to have all the sheeple dismissing the word conspiracy. Otherwise, they'd see the whole world around them is nothing but a bunch of lies put on by the synagogue of Satan, the false Jews, where the Bible says they will rule in the end times by the numbers, as they do. Read up on your Jewish holy texts. Their laws are very funny. They shouldn't have to work. The goy should have to work for them. We live in a nation of Jewish investors making all this money off all the goy or non-Jews, working for them. Says it's okay for Jewish people to lie to people who aren't Jewish. Well, your Jewish Zionists run your media, run your sports leagues, and all they do is lie. All they do is lie. Here's what else I was looking at. I decided I would look a week ahead to see what the record is with the Redskins. So get this. The next two games for the Giants are at home against the Saints and then at home against the Redskins. If they win this weekend against the Saints, Eli will get his 52nd win at home. And if they win the week after, they'll get their 53rd win. And as a team, the Giants will get their 98th win all-time against the Redskins in week 3. Eli Manning, the big way, 98, the small way, 53. He has to win against the Saints for those things to line up. That said, if I'm wrong about him losing this week, let's just say Eli loses this week, and then he wins in week 3 against the Redskins at home, which I guarantee will happen. There's no way they're losing to the Redskins at home. That 98th win and the 52nd win at home could also be interesting because, again, 98 syncs up with Eli, and 52 is the number of prophecy. Perhaps if the Giants are to lose against the Saints at home and Drew Brees is to get his 131st win, it's hard for me to read that right now. That could mean that my student RFG is right and the Saints are poised for a big season, but I don't see it. Even if the Saints win, we still have to watch out. That 131 tribute coming in New York could be a subtle tribute for what's to come for the Giants this season. Coming from his father's team, the former QB of the Saints. This is the trick in reading the numbers. Seeing how the games are scripted, that's undeniable. Unless you just want to use cognitive dissonance so you can sit on your ass and watch these rigged games because it's the best thing you can do with your life. The games are rigged. Predicting the outcomes, that's another trick. And I'm only in year 3 of doing this. I don't have any intention to stop doing this. Just imagine how good I'm going to be at this in, say, 10 years from now, or even 5 years from now. The more knowledge we get, the more patterns we see, the more we decode, the more we pay attention, the more clear it all becomes. But I suspect the Giants will be 3-0, going to face the Vikings, which is what I expect the NFC Championship to be by the end of the season. So down in the description, what I'm going to link are the 2 videos that you missed out on possibly. How I predicted that Tony Romo would go down in the preseason in Seattle and be replaced by Dak Prescott. That one was easy to see, knowing the numbers. It happened. And also the decode I did earlier this year for the fake Dallas Cowboys bus crash, which was a tribute to the September 11th game between the Giants. So I'll link those down in the description. Feel free to go through my channel. Last week I called the games to the numbers. Before they were played, they were a little bit easier to read. Again, I just uploaded the video about tonight's game, Thursday night preview. Check it out. It's all there. And, for all of you who routinely post comments in YouTube, when are you putting out your football stuff? I mean, come to my blog, people. I say the same thing in every video. Use your brain. First of all, when I'm presenting these videos, where am I getting the information from? Where is all this stuff written at? It's written on my blog, Free to Find Truth. Have you ever heard of a search engine? For a lot of you, I think the only two websites you know about are Facebook and YouTube. Go to your search engine, type Free to Find Truth, type my name, Zachary K. Hubbard. Any of these things will bring up my blog. 95% of the content I create is on my blog. 5% is on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know what I'm decoding, what I'm working on, read the blog. If you're not reading my blog, you're missing out on almost all the information I'm putting out. I have a ton of work on the past week's NFL as well as the upcoming week NFL, all here on the blog. I don't have time to decode it all and make a video for everything. I have a life. There's other things I have to do. I do all this for free. I don't get paid a penny for any of this. Meanwhile, I'm helping, I would love to see my record. I think to date, I have helped make gamblers and sports fans probably millions of dollars. How many people in this world have made millions of dollars for someone without being paid a single penny? Not many people, but I can say that about myself. Anyway, you want to know what I'm working on, what the latest is? Follow the blog. Follow the blog. freetofindtruth.blogspot.com. Until next time, Truth Seeker.